Hey, it's Plant Bro. I just figured out how to make this thing do this on my camera where it flipped around. As you notice, I'm wearing some mighty strange gloves. And I'm fixing to do some wood carving. And these are Kevlar. They have Kevlar in them. They won't stand a puncture, but they will stand a cut. Now, I don't advise you to put one of these gloves on and try to cut yourself. That would be what we call in the old country stupid. Alright, so don't do that. Alright. Now, as you can see, you can cut this. I cut this with scissors. And the reason why I cut and just left the thumb is because of the knife. I'm right-handed. My brain's put in the right direction. Unlike left-handed people when their brains are put in wrong. Alright, so the knife will come and hit that glove, that thumb, and not cut me. You see what I'm saying? But if I had the glove on the hand all the way, it's so slick I wouldn't have a good grip on the knife. So I use this. All right, now, you know, where I can get a grip. One thing I do use a lot, believe it or not, is it's not the ones with the adjustable blade. You know, it's got, in fact, I put the blade all the way out, and it's a model, it's a Stanley Model 199. This thing will move some wood. I'm here to tell you. Let's just see. So you make a stop cut, all right, and then you come across. All right, and I'm going to show you something else. The carving inside, you see I got this leather piece on this apron. It also has a pouch, you see? It catches my carvings or any body parts that I happen to cut off. And so it catches them in that pouch. And then that way I'm more likely to find if I need something back. Anyway, so look here. See how this thing moves some wood, buddy. I mean, this thing right here will move some wood. Now I use it as a, well, as a wood mover, and I'll keep making my stop cut, and I'll go up and come down here and move some wood. Now I'm not going to be able to do this whole pig, this hog, in this one video, okay? I'm just, you know, I'm amazing and all, and I am one heck of a guy and irresistible to women, of course, but I can't carve that fast. I can do a few miracles, but that's not one of them. And so anyway, let's just get some of this wood off. You see, I just accidentally went like that. If I didn't have this glove on, I'd be bleeding all over tarnation right now. So let's try not to do that, because I like to keep the red stuff inside. Now, I'm also on blood thinners. I get because of my condition, this cancer that I have will sometimes shut down my blood clotting ability, where if I get stuck, I mean, I bleed like a hog. Well, speaking of hogs. And then other times, it cuts down my blood clotting ability, where I'll start getting blood clots in my lungs. So they put me on this stuff called Xarelto, and it's like $417 for 30 pills. Ain't that a something or another? I mean, that's a bunch of money, man. And then the chemo they put me on, it's this, I take this pill 28 days a month, and I'm off for 14 days a month, and I'm off it right now. I feel much more gooder when I'm off of it than when I'm not on it, than when I am on it. But I'm fixing to start back in a few days, and by the end of the 28 days, you'll notice that I'm starting to kind of drag my rear end a little bit. By then, it sort of wears me out. And so anyhow, this chemo, I get 28 pills, and after insurance, it's $17,995 a month. That's an expensive pill in anybody's, you know. I know it takes a lot of research and a lot of time and investment in chasing rabbit holes and going down the wrong way, and you know, it's expensive. It really is. But unfortunately, I'm one of them people that I'm just broke. I mean, that's all there is to it. All right. All you girls that are hoping that I'd be rich and you done found you somebody that could, you know, carry you off and wine and dine you. We might go to one of them nice sit-down Hardee's, but we ain't going to no daggone fancy restaurant. I might take you to eat ribs one of these days. But no, I ain't no catch. I guarantee you that. In fact, if you're catching me, you might want to release me real quick. And just that way. You know what I mean? But anyway, let me show you something here. Excuse me reaching across. I mean, it's just, I can't reach these gouges without it. I'm going to get something here called a wood hog. A wood hog. Now watch this thing. This thing right here, buddy. Let's see how that's moving that wood. That's why they call it a wood hog. I mean, that thing right there, man, it'll knock the wood out. It'll move it. It changes the whole setup. Now, see, I'm being careful that I don't. When you carve, let me show you. Don't carve out here like this. Don't carve out here. You're going to cut yourself. You have no control. Get that carving up against your chest and keep your elbows tight in. Okay? And you have control of your tool. Like that. I've been doing this a long time. I used to build Harleys. I was building Harleys not as a living, as a hobby. But I used to build them Harleys and ride around with them old outlaw type motorcycle people. And yeah, I know. And anyway, it's part of my life that's got good and bad things about it. But anyway, the thing about it is my first wife, when I sold my Harley trying to be a better husband to her and to her son from a previous relationship she had, well, I wasn't exciting anymore. And of course there was other problems too. You know what I mean? It ain't all her. It never is. But I wasn't exciting anymore, so she decided to take off, and she found her another guy with a Harley in back in Washington State where her mama lived. And I took and sold that bike, of course. And then after about 4.5 years, I was riding around this neighborhood where I had sold this Harley, and I looked, and there's a piece of plywood leaning up against this guy's house. And sticking out of the back end of that plywood was a Harley tire and my exhaust pipes, the way that I built that bike. And sure enough, it was my scooter laying up underneath that daggum plywood. And I knocked on the door and I said, "Can I see this bike that's underneath there?" And then the lady said, "Yes. You know, I wish she'd get rid of that thing." Like that. You know, she's a little redneck girl. And he never rides it. He wrote it twice. And I told him, "If you don't put that thing up, I'm going to divorce you." And I went, "Oh, this is going to be good." So anyhow, I pulled the plywood back, looked at it, and I said, "Ma'am, I'd like to buy this motorcycle back." He'll sell it. Oh, he's going to sell it. He'll buy it. So I bought that motorcycle back for the same price I sold it for to him. which was a bargain price, but I need to use the knife on this. But I went all through it, put new seals and gaskets, and you know, of course had to rebuild a carburetor and all that kind of thing, because it been sitting there with that old gas in it. But I don't know how I got off on all that, but it's just when I get to wandering sometimes. And anyhow, I started wood carving. That's what it was. I started wood carving right after she left. Now, I had never wood carved other than my stepdad used to whittle a little bit when I was in Boy Scouts. But he's such a jerk that I didn't much want to be around him, so he never really taught me about whittling. And so I never had much experience with it, but when I was a kid, I used to see old men, they whittled a lot. You know, they used pocket knives, and at first, that's what I did, is use pocket knives. Like this is called a whittler pattern, as a matter of fact, and I just bought this from my buddy Charlie. I've known him since 5th grade. See, it has a main blade, that's called the clip. And then it nestles in between, this one right here is a coping blade. Now that's real good for making them stop cuts. And then this one is a pin blade. Okay? And that's real good for your finer detail work. Now, some of them have a split back spring, but this one doesn't. This is a Boker. Now, the way the Germans pronounce it is Bucher or something like that. You know, them people can't speak English very good. Anyway, back to this. I have a bunch of pocket knives, and I do carve with them. And I actually, for those of you that have gone and looked at my Facebook page, I use this knife a lot. This knife is a Swiss Army knife. I can't remember the model of it. It's not a very big one. And it's not one of those ones that has everything, you know, even a fish fryer in it, you know what I mean? This is just it's got 4 blades. It's got that. That's a handy one for removing wood fast. I mean, and they get real sharp. I mean, these knives, I'm a real good knife sharpener. And these blades right here, they can move, look at that. These things can move some wood now. I won't tell you what. And if you didn't have these gloves on, you could be moving some fingers plumb off your hand. And that's not as fun as folks let on it is. So anyhow, I got that, and then there's this blade, which is it's a detail blade. And if you look on my thing, you'll see I carved a lot of roosters out of sticks. This is what I carved those tails that bloom out with, like that, okay? There's that. And then it has, you know, the bottle opener and screwdriver, and then it has the can opener and screwdriver, and it has the toothpick for those of you that have more than one tooth, and then it has tweezers for those of you like me that raise succulents like cactus. Anyway, I use this quite a bit, believe it or not. And this right here is an open L. I got 3 minutes, I want to hurry. This is an open L. This is this knife right here is great for carving and it's light, okay? It's an old French design made in like the 1700s, and in the 1950s, one of the sons, the great-grandsons, designed this locking mechanism that locks the blade shut, locks the blade open, and then you can open this blade, and then you can lock it where it won't close on your hand, no matter, you know, it'll twist, but it won't lock on your hand, okay? Now, this is my gardening knife. I don't dig in the dirt with it because that's not a good idea. But when I want to get some cuttings, I use this knife to get cuttings with. Plus I also carve with it. Now I'm down to 1444. I'm going to stop the video and start over and make another one.